So let's get into it today, guys. I am your host, the Skincare Badass. Today we're gonna talk about one of my favorite skincare ingredients, which is vitamin C. Okay, guys, so today we're gonna talk about all the different forms of vitamin C. Caveat, not all the forms, there's like a bazillion, right? So we're gonna dive into the biggest ones in skincare right now. So you do not wanna miss anything. Please, please, please hit subscribe below and let's get going. You have several different forms of vitamin C. You've got your L-ascorbic acid, you've got ascorbic acid, you've got magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, sodium ascorbyl phosphate, you've got a lot. So let's start with the one I hate the most, which is ascorbic palmitate. So anytime an ingredient is mixed with a palmitate, it means it's like half of what the actual ingredient is, right? So if you've got your vitamin C, which is ascorbic acid, L-ascorbic acid, ascorbal, all those things, right? All those versions. So if you have your ascorbic acid and you mix it with a palmitate, then now it's ascorbic palmitate, right? So you're taking that vitamin C, but you're cutting it in half, which sometimes can be a good thing depending on the formulation. So for instance, for like a cream, it might help to stabilize the cream. It might be really good how it functions with all the other ingredients. But when it comes to being used as a vitamin C, it's bullshit. I mean, it's half the vitamin C. Who wants that, right? And there's no L in front of it. We'll get to that in a second. So ascorbic palmitate is not a bad ingredient necessarily when it's used as almost like a filler or a stabilizer for other ingredients within a cream type of formulation. But when used as a vitamin C, it's bullshit. So vitamin C has a couple of main functions: to brighten, to lighten, to tighten. It's called the BLT of skincare. It's used as an antioxidant in skincare. What that means is it actually takes a free radical that's scavenging around in your skin and it's gonna like encapsulate it and chill it out, right? Okay, so you have these free radicals scavenging around in your body, they're out in the environment, they are everywhere. And what a free radical is, think of like old school, what is it, like pinball machine? You pull the thing back and the ball's going like ding, 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 everywhere, right? That's what free radicals do in your skin. They're attacking your collagen. They are messing up the signals that your cells send to each other. They're just bad news. So what vitamin C does, it's an antioxidant that has all these extra, what are they called? Protons? Yes, and it takes that free radical and it encapsulates it and neutralizes it out. So not only is it gonna stop making all this crazy damage in your skin, but it also just tells it to chill out and leave it alone. And then the vitamin C can still go in and do everything else it's supposed to do, which is the brighten, lighten, tighten, right? Stimulating the collagen, neutralizing out those free radical damage, but it's just really good for your skin. You should use vitamin C every single morning. Think of it as like your orange juice, right? So everybody, men, women, children, everybody should use vitamin C every single day of their life. We're in Colorado here, so we're a mile high closer to the sun, so it is extremely imperative to use vitamin C for that extra step of protection. Okay, so now let's get back to all the different forms of vitamin C, right? So you have the ascorbic palmitate, which is bullshit. And then we have ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. Now, I was actually just doing some research before I hopped on here and I read this article, that was crap, that talked about how L-ascorbic acid and ascorbic acid are the exact same thing. They're actually not, and let me explain to you why. So anytime an ingredient has an L in front of it, that means it's been chirally corrected. What that means is chirally corrected is where the scientist, the formulator, whoever, goes in, finds this ingredient and takes the molecule and takes the good side and mirrors it to the bad side of the molecule. Every molecule has two sides to it. So you've got your good side and you've got your less good side. So L-ascorbic acid is ascorbic acid where the good side has been mirrored. So it's like ascorbic acid on steroids. So L-ascorbic acid is the best form of vitamin C you can possibly get. It's also the most expensive to formulate, and it's also the hardest to stabilize. Typically with L-ascorbic acid, you will find it in like a brown amber bottle. You typically won't find it in a cream. It usually needs to be in a serum because it is oil soluble. That's a whole another YouTube day for that, to talk about water soluble versus oil soluble and how all that works in the formulations. So just bear with me here, okay? So you've got your L-ascorbic acid, which is your highest, most potent form of vitamin C, also hardest to stabilize. Typically in your most expensive serums that you're gonna use, amber bottle. You've got your ascorbic palmitate. Try to say that 3 times fast. You find that a lot in creams because it can help to stabilize the creams. but it's not a good vitamin C. And you'll find that in more like jars, what's the word, like plastic containers, things like that, because you don't need to have it in an amber bottle. The reason we need to have the L-ascorbic acid in the amber bottle is because you don't want to have it oxidized. So again, we could dive into that for hours and hours about oxidation and what it does. We talked about Ascorbic Palmitate, ascorbic acid, L-ascorbic acid. Now you also have sodium ascorbyl phosphate. That one's a really good one. That's actually water soluble, and that has where it's like encompassed around. So think of it as like bubble wrapped. So it's a lot easier to keep stable in the skin, which is phenomenal when you're talking about vitamin C and free radical damage and oxidative stress and all of that. It's a good one. It's not as strong as L-ascorbic acid. That doesn't mean that it's bad though. It just means that the formulators chose to use that one particular form of vitamin C versus the L-ascorbic acid due to possibly the other ingredients that are gonna be in that vitamin C formulation, possibly due to what kind of container they're gonna put it in, and things like that. So there's all different kinds of good vitamin C's on the market. L-ascorbic acid is gonna be your absolute best. Sodium ascorbyl phosphate is a really close runner-up. Magnesium ascorbyl phosphate is very similar to the sodium ascorbyl phosphate, where it has like that bubble wrap around the actual molecule. So as it's penetrating down on the skin, you're kind of protecting it from that oxidative stress that can happen with antioxidants. Okay, so one more thing. Let's talk about internal vitamin C. So internal vitamin C is really good. It's actually phenomenal for stimulating collagen. There's lots of questions on the market now about all these different like liquid collagens that people are drinking and whatnot. And really the best way to stimulate collagen and to help with antioxidant protection internally is to take it internally. That doesn't always mean that it's gonna be the best for your skin. With vitamin C, hitting it 2 different ways is really ideal. So taking your internal vitamin C with like your daily supplements as well as your topical vitamin C. So make sure that if you really wanna be the best with vitamin C, doing both is really ideal. Okay, so to wrap everything up, vitamin C is a phenomenal antioxidant, right? It's gonna help to protect your skin from all the crazy free radical damage going on from environmental stressors as well as internal stressors, right? You've got lots of different forms of vitamin C. You've got really, really high quality vitamin C and you've got shit, right? So think of like, you know, a really fancy, dry, 200-day aged steak versus a McDonald's cheeseburger, right? So your Ascorbic Palmitate is gonna be your McDonald's cheeseburger, right? Your L-ascorbic acid from really high quality skincare lines such as like Is Clinical and SkinCeuticals and things of that nature are gonna be your 200-day dry aged, ribeye. That's like $200. That's like amazing from like Ruth Chris, right? So with that being said, it's just really important to use vitamin C every single day. Everybody needs to be on it. Make sure you speak to an esthetician about what vitamin C is best for you, what else you're using, where it's at in your skincare, why to use it, how to use it, all those things. I can't tell everybody on a YouTube channel, this is the #1 vitamin C, or this is how you should use it. Everybody has different skin types, skin conditions, skin needs. So this is, again, why you need to check with an esthetician. Quit listening to the skin influencers of this one freaking vitamin C cream that they got from Target is changing their life. It's bullshit. Let's be real. If you guys want to keep seeing content like this, if you have any questions about it, please comment and hit subscribe below. Thanks so much.